Hello, my dear students. Welcome to IMS Academy. Now you have completed the forenoon session and also the afternoon session on the topic like civil engineering. Like what I have seen in the observation, my dear students, let me tell you. In the afternoon session, no, like we have 36 questions from MCQ and 25 questions are from NIT and 4 questions are from MSQ pattern. Now, my dear students, let us see the subjects weightage. Like one interesting fact I have observed, my dear students, the fact which I have told n number of times, whether it is an online, whether it is an offline batch, the basic sense, engineering, mathematics and aptitude, it covers around 25 marks. And geotechnical, we have morning shift around 15 marks. In the afternoon shift, we have 13 marks. Similarly, the variation was plus or minus 2. Similarly, the case with 11 marks in transportation in the morning shift and in the afternoon shift also more or less 9 or 11. Similarly, geomatics we have in both the shifts 7 marks. And also from environmental, it is around 9-10 marks. So, my dear students, if you are prepared, and RCC we have 6 marks and 5 marks in the morning shift. So, just with 6 subjects, you can score 70 marks. So, for the students who are writing GATE 27 and 28, GATE exam, you should be smart, sir. One surprising thing is a big surprise for me. In the afternoon session, we haven't seen any question from CMM or we haven't seen any question from engineering mechanics. Like, let me understand you. You have to understand the reality. To get into IIT, what is my cutoff? To get into public sector companies, what is my actual marks have to score? So, my dear students, we are moving in a very competitive world. So, along with the hard work, smart works plays a very important role. So, let me summarize here. If I talk about the subjects, like if you have the much idea on the topics like geotech, n number of times I have told, sir, geotech, transportation, environmental, geomatics, RCC, plus engineering maths plus apti. This more or less, it was morning shift was 70 and in the afternoon shift it was 65 to 70 marks in between this. So, my dear students, when you do hard work, sir, students might have spent 50 hours in learning steel structures or CMM, but you ended up with 0. It doesn't mean that for next year we cannot expect these questions, but definitely these subjects should be given highest priority. But definitely whatever the subjects I am listing here, it should be given the highest priority, my dear students. Whether you are a civil engineering student and also, my dear students, if you are preparing for a GATE exam, whether you are in civil, mechanical, electrical or anything, hard work plus smart work will give you the better results. Mark my words, my dear students. Now, my dear students, if I see here, and apart from this, like I have seen some standard questions, sir. Sir, if you consider open channel flow, it can be a standard question from most economic alternate depths in hydraulic jump. And also we have seen a common question from Chezy's equation or Manning's equation. Similarly, in geotechnical, 100% we can expect a question from consolidation, properties of soil, or we can, in the morning shift, in pile foundation itself, we have seen 2 marks questions. So, my dear students, if you are preparing for GATE, it is all about consistency. It is all about your remembrance. So, see, the overall experience is quite common every year. I have seen students asking me questions, sir, in 1994 there was a question. But let me tell you honestly, for wherever coaching you have taken or not, In GATE exam, especially for civil engineering, if you follow the standard rules, definitely GATE exam, GATE results are is at your place. I'll tell you in geotechnical, every year I see a question from properties of soil, consolidation, shear strength, shallow foundation, deep foundation. Or if I see from earth pressure, more or less the same questions. Similarly with transportation, I start with the class with the traffic engineering and we see a question from Greenberg or Green Shield model. It's a definite question. And in hydrology irrigation also, there is no rocket science. Same thing, crop period delta, there will be a question. Hydraulic risk, you will see a question. Or usually we see a question from infiltration. This year we haven't seen. But we have seen a question from confined, unconfined aquifer. Similarly in geomatics, sir, geomatics, if you have prepared just for 30 hours of course, you could have scored 7 marks. So I start geomatics not with the fundamental concepts in the class. I start with compass survey. What is declination? What are the corrections for chain or tape? We have seen these questions, my dear students. Similarly in RCC, especially from limit state method, we have seen the questions. Morning question paper in RCC, there was a question. What is the long-term deflection under constraint or under sustained loads? The basic definition of a creep. And he has given some area of steel. He has for a area of steel for a slab. 10 mm bar is used and he has given the spacing. And similarly with 12 mm bar with same amount of steel, what will be the spacing? Direct relation. There was a small tricky part in transportation, but see, when I talk about Marshall stability test, theoretical specific gravity, why I am telling all these concepts, my dear students, let me tell you. In GATE exam, especially from civil engineering, 60% of the questions are standard. The questions might change, but the concept is pakka. You can expect a question from this concept, means you will expect. Because I have seen from past 10 years, it is the time for the students who are preparing in third year and final year. If you want to have a fruitful career, especially from civil engineering background, it is not that much easy in a country like India if you are not competitive enough, because the only way you can succeed in civil engineering is either you have to be in a public sector company or you have to be from a reputed IITs. So my dear student, it is the time to realize. Similarly, it is not about only the GATE exam. How do you update your skills? If you are very good in structures, try to learn ETAPS until the results come. Like most of the admissions are based purely on score rather than interview. So based on this time, utilize this time for, if you are preparing for structures, go through ETAPS. If you are preparing for transportation, go through MX roads. If you don't know any software, at least start with AutoCAD. For steel structures, Revit is the pro software. My dear students, a civil engineer will be a successful engineer if his math is good, if he has strong fundamental skills, and at least he could have a strong hold on the structure topics. And when I talk about the GATE exam, is also what I have seen from the last few years. The concept is simple. There are some standard subjects. In standard subjects, we have seen from standard concepts. More or less the question pattern might change. The concept is clear. So in any competitive world, until unless your concept is clear, you will never succeed. So I strongly believe and I strongly suggest you, my dear students, because the students who have done already is done. It is a time to realize for the students who are preparing for 27 and 28, and this is the repetitive concept. And it is an eye-opener for me also that it will end up with 70. I strongly used to believe 55 to 60 marks. But this year it was ended up with 70, which is an eye-opener for me, where 10 marks are very important in GATE exam. And let me tell you, there was no question from CMM or engineering mechanics in the second pattern, in the afternoon session. And even in environmental also, my dear students, when I talk about solid waste management, digestion tank, all those things, you should be careful. One more thing, if you want to be a successful civil engineer, practice plus consistency will help you. Practice plus consistency only will help you. And as I told you, if I talk about the subjects like structures, what is structure? See, when I talk about structures, this is the background. Engineering mechanics, SOM, SA, RCC, and steel. If you want to be strong in the industrial world, these are the topics you have to learn. But what is the number of questions I have seen here? Hardly 20 marks. Not even 20 marks. I have seen with 15 marks in the GATE exam. So my dear students, if you are preparing for GATE exam, just concentrate on these subjects. Definitely more or less the questions will be same. And let me tell you, if you see in geotech, what are the topics I told you? Properties of soil, we have seen a question. Next, permeability, I have seen a question. Consolidation. Shear strength. That too MCQ question, I think. Pile foundation. In soil exploration, there was a morning shift one question, Amma. Area ratio, there was a standard question like inside clearance, outside clearance, and area ratio. And also we have a question from stability of slopes. So these are the topics which you have to be clear in geotechnical engineering. Coming to the transportation engineering, we have first airport. In airport engineering, there was a windrows diagram. It is useful for the orientation of runway. And they have asked the elevation correction, temperature correction, and also they have asked for the corrections of gradient. Similarly, they have asked in railway engineering, what is the super elevation formula? It is a multiple select question. GV square by 127R. For broad gauge, what is the value they have taken is 1750 meter, and based on that, they have got that value. Now, similarly, in traffic engineering, you will have a question from a green shield model. In traffic engineering, capacity, there will be two models. One is the green shield model here we have, and other one is the Greenberg model. So these are, and also like SSD, OSD, but surprisingly here, when I talk highway geometric design, surprisingly in the first shift we have one question, I think. In the second shift also will be, there is only one question on geometric design. So these are the questions which I have observed in this. Similarly, if I talk about geomatics students, geomatics is the place where you have to score 100 out of 100. What is the questions they have asked? Let me tell you. Corrections for chain or tape. They have asked the corrections for chain or tape. Compass surveying. Compass surveying also straightforward question. They have given the whole circle bearing asking latitude or departure. They didn't even ask how to find the included angle also this year. And they have given height of instrument method. Height of instrument is nothing but RL plus backside. In leveling, there was a question. Okay, so use and correction for curvature, they might have asked, or which is proportional to this value. These are the things they have asked, sir. But surprisingly, usually every year I have seen a question for photogrammetry, but here in this in the morning shift and afternoon shift, haven't seen a question in geomatics from photogrammetry, but the questions are pretty easy when even than photogrammetry. The questions came from compass, and there was a question from curvature correction and corrections for chain or tape, and in compass surveying they have asked one question related to declination. True bearing minus magnetic bearing. If it is a positive value, you will take it as east. If it is a negative value, you will take it as like you can say it is. If it is a negative value, it is declination is towards west. So these are the questions which I have observed in geomatics. Now, my dear students, I have told you in the morning shift. Just want to repeat you. We have seen in MCQs there were 31 questions, and in NIT there were 28 questions. And in MCQs, again, MSQs, we have 6 questions. So as you know, only MCQs will have negative markings, but there is no negative marking for the other pattern. But still, what I have seen, my dear students, it's all about patience preparing the gate exam. Because usually in civil engineering, what happens? There are n number of questions. In civil engineering, what happens, my dear students? There are n number of questions. Sorry, n number of subjects. But because by seeing the subjects itself, people get panic. But the actual fact is, if you read 6 to 7 subjects, you are in the better place for PSUs or you can say IITs. So overall, as I told you, see here in general aptitude and in engineering maths and general aptitude itself, if you see here, you have something around 28 marks. That is a huge number, let me tell you, my dear students. And similarly, if I talk about geotechnical, it is a very good number, 15 marks. Environmental, we have 9 marks. And similarly, we have transportation, 11 marks. So, see, it's all about how do you concentrate. So, the final conclusion, who are preparing for GATE 27 and 28, my dear students, see, if you want to be a successful GATE student, it is all about studying the concepts in a consistent way. You should have the same consistency of preparation right from the day one. And moreover, in civil engineering, there will be around 13 to 14 subjects. But rather than if you planned in a smart way, completing the important 7 subjects before like October or November, you will have more time to revise in the second cycle and you can achieve your ranks. And one important thing, students, for the students who have just like the qualifying mark will be around 28 to 29 marks, whether it is a forenoon session or afternoon session, the qualifying mark will end up with 28 or 29. That is the maximum limit I am expecting. Usually it will be 26 or something, but this year we are more or less 28, 29. But let me tell you, even with 40 marks, you can get into the IITs. That is the major advantage with civil engineering. You know already in civil engineering, we have n number of specializations. Like structural engineering, we have. Geotech, we have. Transportation, we have. Environmental, we have. Okay. In some of the NITs, you are also eligible for ocean. In IIT Madras or marine engineering, we have. We have environment, water resource engineering, we have. We have earthquake engineering. And we have construction technology and management. Construction technology and management, one subject. We also have earthquake engineering. We have rock mechanics. We have remote sensing. We have some of the topics like geomatics also in some areas. So there are n number of branches, my dear students. So who has prepared for GATE exam, don't get panic. Just wait for the results. Meanwhile, if you have some time, if you get below 28 marks, I would suggest you to retake the exam. Be consistent, be honest with yourself, be positive, and concentrate on smart work as well as hard work. Then only you can achieve the results. And whoever has written the GATE exam, if they end up with 35 or 40 marks, it is the time to brush up your basics. If you want to get into structures, you should brush up your engineering mechanics, strength of materials like steel structures, reinforced cement, concrete, and all. And if you are into a transportation, the most challenging part is like you get an idea about the capacity. But in transportation, more or less, see students, you play with data in MTech. It is more related to data analytics and all. Because nowadays, if you see Rapido and Uber, all these people are looking into transportation engineering. And anyhow, in construction technology and management, you should have an idea on Primavera. So overallly, I would rate the exam as moderate to easy. But on a higher note, I will end up with moderate. But students with 29 marks, don't worry. We have n number of seats and we'll be conducting post-gate guidance also. And that, please be in touch with us. We'll guide you like there are n number of IITs and NITs. Like if you consider ISM Dhanbad, we have IIT Roorkee, we have IIT Kanpur, Madras, Bombay, Kharagpur, Kanpur, Guwahati. NIT Surathkal, Tiruchinapalli, NIT Warangal, NIT Kurukshetar, NIT Nagpur, Jaipur. So there are n number of branches. In that, which branch you have to apply? So it is the time to concentrate on your basics or concentrate on your software skills, which are essential for civil engineering. And if you are a third year or final year students, gate score is valid for 3 years, which is a very fantastic news for you. And remember, my dear students, in civil engineering, you can get into the best PSUs. And these PSUs are very highly paid jobs. Let me tell you, in this competitive world, based on the changes what's are happening with AI and all, getting a government job makes you more job stable. So to achieve this, let us work together right from third year and get well settled within just after completing your BTech. So every successful student will go through some early realization also when to start preparing. And some students who have already done their preparation, it is the time how can you brush up your basics. And see, students, in the meanwhile, you try to get some interview experience also, do some interns in these 2 3 months, get update your skills, because without updating the skills along with bookish knowledge, there is no point in the market, because job stability plays a very important role for your success. So the job stability can be achieved if you are preparing for assistant executive engineer, even in KPSC. To get the technical syllabus part will be same as gate exam. If you are preparing for a IISc prelims, that is a different ball game, to be honest. But for state level exams and for IES prelims, whatever you have prepared in gate, that would be much sufficient. But for ESC, let me be honest, the beyond your gate preparation, you have to sacrifice your preparation. Then only you will get the things. But dream high, as many of our people have suggested, you have to concentrate on your basic level of studies. Like, am I good at mathematics? Because I have seen some students, especially from diploma, they face a lot of challenges in mathematics. So how to improve mathematics? So right from third year, see, most of the students, when we provide coaching also, most of the students will be from dropped out students. But that should not be the case. You are already wasting 1 year for preparation. Why can't you take a preparation right from your third year, where you can improve your skills in the college also? You can improve your CGPA. You can improve your skills for interviews. Overall, everything can be achieved. And I'm suggesting, my dear students, especially for the core engineering branches, civil, mechanical, and electrical, GATE is a gateway for n number of opportunities. You name public sector company, you name MTech, you name even some of the foreign universities in Singapore, Germany, they are giving very good funding. And most important thing is, we have to have a stable job market. And this stable job, you can get into the state level AE jobs also. So it is the time to realize. And again, my dear students, who are preparing, who has done the preparation, just wait for the key. You have done all 1 year of preparation. It is the time to think positively. And if something goes wrong, prepare for the next time and give your best this time. 100% success is in your way. All the best for all the GATE aspirants, and all the best for the DA students who are appearing for tomorrow. And please keep this mind, my dear students, whatever the branch you are in the present world, updating the skills is a key point for success. And we at IMS GATE Academy are offering the offline batches, online batch, and also we are starting our offline and online batch on GATE February 21st at Jainagar, Bangalore. And also at Malleshwaram, we have the offline centers. In Bangalore, we have the offline center. And also at Vijayawada, we are starting on February 21st. And February 14th, we are starting at Malleshwaram. The online sessions also starts from February 21st. And for weekday batches at Bangalore, we are starting on February 24th for Gate 27 and Gate 28. And we will give you the post-gate guidance based on your marks, which college you have to be in, and which branch you can apply, what could be the opportunities and all. You can join in the Telegram group link, and the link will be provided in the description. Just click on that link and join the group and get all the job notification details and post gate guidance. Okay, all the best, students.